as I just showed you, of your hot girlfriend. Was this in your statement?
Yes.
So you accept you wanted to push her
Yes.
and annoy her. And when April finally got mad and poured french fries in your lap, what exactly did you say?
I ought to smack you, but immediately after, she taunted me, saying that I wasn't big enough or man enough.
And even though April was mad, she asked another waiter to cover your table. Is that correct?
Yes.
To which you stopped and said, what, you're lucky, you're working, and you raised your fist?
I didn't raise my fist at that time.
So when did you raise your fist? Because in the statement it says you raised your fist.
I raised my fists when April was approaching me in a parking lot.
And you said, and isn't it fact that you said, I knew this would really get her mad because her boss was ready to fire her?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's it. Oh, so you're not only had the intent to annoy and anger her, but to get her fired, and this is why you left.
I wasn't supposed to get her fired or make her fight me.
Were you aware that she was gonna fight you at the time that you started this?
No.
So you couldn't believe anything like this?
No.
Okay. So can you please state again why you picked the Spaghetti Grill even though there were other restaurants?
I like spaghetti.
Okay. Okay. Well, okay. And will you testify that she punched you 5 or 6 times?
Yes.
But is she bigger than you?
Much bigger.
Would you say stronger?
Yes.
So if she's stronger and bigger, why is it that you only got a couple of scratches on your neck and not any bruising?
She must not have hit me as hard as I thought she did.
So you're not sure about the force that
No.
she hit you at? But you said punched, which means your fist is closed. And for her scratch, her fist has to be open.
Okay.
So did she scratch you or did she punch you?
She could have done both.
So you're not sure what happened.
I was full of adrenaline, and that messed up my memory of exactly what happened that night.
Okay. And how is it that you were able to punch Sabrina, April in the nose?
Because Sabrina pulled her own down at that time, which was just a coincidence.
Okay. No more.
Thank you, counsel. Sir, you may step down from the witness stand. At this time, we'll be doing our closing statements. State. Morning. Counsel, please state your name for the record. You.
May it please the court and members of the jury. The evidence has clearly shown that Ricardo Roberts is guilty of punching April Walker in the nose and causing permanent damage to the right side of her face and disfigurement. Ricardo was angry with a previous experience and thought he could get back at April for embarrassing him and calling him a wimp. He planned on letting her see him with his new girlfriend, Sabrina Hooper, while at her job in the Spaghetti Grill. Ricardo wanted to see her angry and embarrassed, especially since she couldn't do anything while she was working. Ricardo also sent her a picture of his new girlfriend, Sabrina, in a bikini and texted her the words, "Isn't she hot?" which further angered April. In the testimony of Detective Sylvester Smith, also known as Detective Sly Smith, he stated that he found April Walker lying on the ground, bleeding from her nose, and Ricardo Roberts standing over her and had multiple scratches or red marks along his face and his neck. In addition, Sabrina Hooper, Ricardo's current girlfriend, stated that Ricardo swung his fist and punched Ms. Walker square in the nose. And when Mr. Smith came running out to help April, Sabrina said she started it, and Ricardo responded to his girlfriend by saying, "Shut up, he's a cop." Based on these testimonies, there is no doubt that Ricardo did not punch April Walker out of self-defense. He punched her out of anger and frustration from previous experiences. I ask you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, to do the right thing and find Ricardo Roberts guilty as charged. Thank you.
Thank you, counsel. Defense, this time, you may start with your closing argument. And please state your name for the record.
Nicole,
Thank you.
may I move that freely?
Yes.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, for your patience and complete attention throughout this trial. During this trial, you heard testimony from April Walker that she had pinned him against the wall and told him that she would, quote, beat him senseless, unquote. She also hit him several times. Detective Sylvester Sly Smith claimed to be good friends with the manager and the restaurant, and April Walker, which he would want to defend so he could keep eating free food at the Spaghetti Grill. He also claimed to see Ricardo, quote, approach April, but his back was to me, so I couldn't see what he did or said, unquote, which none of the other witnesses claimed happened. To this testimony you hear will certainly show that Ricardo Roberts only hit April Walker for self-protection after April Walker hit him several times. She had no right to say that she hit him for self-defense when all he did was raise his fist and walk towards her. He showed no sign of violence. With that in mind, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, please find defendant Ricardo Roberts not guilty of aggravated battery. Thank you.
Thank you very much, counselors. At this time, I'd like to take the jury outside into our jury room, where I can read you the instructions as to how you'll be weighing this very well argued and Mr. Foreperson for the jury, please rise. Thank you. Mr. Foreperson, at this time, have you reached a verdict?
We were unable to.
So you have a hung,
We have a hung
you
jury.
have a hung jury.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Foreperson, and thank you to the jury, as there is no greater civic duty than serving as a trial amongst your peers. And for a hung jury, we'll have to have a mistrial. It means we might have to do this all over again. One day. Not today. Thank you. And thank you to the jury and the parents. If I just can say, you all can. But I'd like to say, applause. I mean, that was so great, and I could see how hard you all prepared for this. I mean, you prepared for this like you were like real lawyers, ready to go to court. And I was joking with your parents and said I was writing down some tips, so for when I go to court, maybe I can do some things that you all did, because that was great. I tried to get your names all down. I'm not very good with names, so I apologize if I get them wrong. But you sort of gave a great opening. And who are our openers? Who were the openers? Please stand. For the state or the defense? State and defense. How about a right tone? They grabbed our attention. One of the two, I think, used a quote or something. Did you use a quote and set a theme? I mean, and the voice really, was really into. That's good. That's really good. And who are our witnesses? Everybody was a witness. That's not easy, even for like a mock trial. There's some tough lawyers over here. I don't know how I would have answered some of those questions. So y'all did a really good job. That's not an easy thing to do. And who are our closers? Two different styles, but really effective, each different one. And I really thought it was cool how they would ask to move about the courtroom. That's good, and I need to remind myself to ask the judge that too next time. So that was great. And were you two doing the cross examinations or the direct examinations?
Both.
Both. Okay. Well, stand up so. Did I miss anybody?
You guys, yeah.
Did I? No.
I'm cross.
You did the cross. Okay, so you did the cross too. You got. Everybody did a great job. Who did the cross examinations? Stand up for the cross examination. What's great about the cross examiners is that's difficult because the witness has already spoken, so what they did a great job doing is taking what they've already said and trying to kind of spin it back, and they said one thing and they kind of, oh, maybe not so much. So that was really great. You all did great, and I hope I didn't miss anybody. Did I? Did I right? Who's did I right? Everybody did a great job. You really did. It was hard to keep track, but I was really impressed, and you should all be proud. And any comments from the?
I know I saw what you guys did today. You guys did an amazing job. You can really tell you guys worked really hard and practiced. A lot of you should think about law school. Like, I see a lot of characteristics in you guys that we should have as students too. And then my team, I've been working with you guys for now a couple of weeks. Thank you so much for such a great opportunity. You guys are great. I want to see you guys in law school too. Like, you guys are so smart. Keep working hard. This is really great that you got to do this. Thank you again. You guys both teams did amazing.
Standing applause for everybody. And thank you guys. Good job, everybody. I had a lot of fun with this. So if y'all want to take
Yeah, let's take one picture. You guys want to get together? Both teams?
You guys can be friends now.
that was fun. Hey, thank you. Thank you.
Come on, Stephen, get a little closer. Stephen, go.
What's that? Thank you very much. Appreciate your participating.
Pleasure.